Senior level 2, senior level 1, junior high and junior showmen, please head to the lineup area. We'll get ready to get this thing fired up. To the 2020 Williamson County 4-H Sheep and Goat Show. We're going to start off tonight's events with our showmanship. And with all events that we typically have in 4-H, we like to start off with our most experienced veterans to get us kicked off. And we're going to bring in our senior level 2 showman. Senior level 2 is represented by junior and senior level showmen. Representing us tonight will be Miss Sydney Lamb and Miss Kayla Beal. As we go throughout the night, we'll try to talk to our audiences that are both here on the grounds and live all across the world. We'll give you a little description of what you're planning on seeing tonight, because we know not everybody has seen or experienced a sheep or a goat show, and so we're going to give you a few of the background details as we proceed on throughout the night. As we move from here, from senior level 2, we'll move on down to senior level 1, and then junior high and juniors. We've got a bit smaller show tonight. We've had a few issues throughout the past few months. But the showmen that are here have stuck it out. They have worked hard, and this is their night to shine. This is the reward for all of their hard work at this time. As our judge takes the opportunity to analyze and assess each one of our contestants, we'll once again mention that we are looking at senior level 2 showmanship. Showmanship is a little bit different. We break that down to two aspects during the show. We have a show based on the individual or the 4-H'er, and we have another show based on the animal. So the first part of our show is all about the 4-H'er. Now this is a tag team effort, and we have to have a lamb that's very cooperative and helpful to be able to show and stand and pose and be able to have the right structure, the right form. But this is all about the 4-H'er. We want to see how well they do as they start to analyze where the judge is at and making sure they're aware where he is at all times. And we'll turn it over to his assessment here.
Always enjoy judging showmanship, and a nice class to start here tonight. You know, in showmanship in general, we're looking for the way that these exhibitors can set these lambs up and make the lambs look the best that they possibly can. We're going to start with the young lady up front here tonight. She does a nice job keeping her legs set up on the four corners, keeping her head and front end shown correctly. Very good eye contact. Showed the front end nicely when I came around her. Very nice job, young lady. You'll be the winner. Second place, a lamb that just doesn't cooperate quite as well. Lamb that wants to get a little weaker in its top. Not set up quite as well. but the young lady does a very nice job getting the lamb presented out here in the ring. Congratulations to these exhibitors.
Congratulations to your champion senior level 2 showman, Sydney Lamb. And in second place, Kayla Beal. Congratulations to both of our exhibitors and our senior level 2 showman and your champion from your senior level 2, Sydney Lamb. Alrighty, now strolling into the lineup area and into the ring are our senior level 1 participants. We have 2 exhibitors in our senior level 1 drive. We're looking for Miss Lydia McCollum and Mr. Sam Lamb. And as they move through, we'll also make a call for our junior high and our junior participants to please make their way to the lineup area. We're going to bring you right in right after we name our champion senior level 1 showman. And as they start to move around the ring and the judge starts to evaluate each one of them, we're going to remind everybody at home the reason why we start with senior level 2 and senior level 1 is we want to see how it's done. We want to see our veterans show us how it's done. They're going to show the proper ways to be able to set your animal, the proper ways to be able to follow the judge, keep eye contact. And so they're going to be our example for our younger generations. And if you'll notice alongside the ring, you may see a few younger generations there watching eagerly, trying to analyze what each one of their steps are going to be. And they'll also listen to the judge as he gives a few placings and comments that helps get them ready for when their time in the ring comes.
Another good class of exhibitors here in the second class. We're going to go ahead and use the young lady in the back to be our winner. I think she's more relaxed here in the ring. She keeps her lamb set up better. She gets it set up, keeps it set up. And that's the big advantage that she has over the young man that's going to be in second. You know, ideally, I think the young lady gives an excellent view. When I came around and viewed the front of the lamb, I did catch her one time looking at somebody over in the crowd. But nonetheless, she does a really nice job getting her lamb set up. Congratulations, you'll be the winner. The young man in second gives a lot of effort. He has a sheep here tonight that just doesn't want to cooperate with him, wants to have a little bit more movement, and he struggles to get that lamb set up on the corners. Congratulations to both of these exhibitors.
Congratulations to your champion, Senior Level 1 Showman, Miss Lydia McCullum. And in second place, Sam Lamb. Congratulations again to both of our exhibitors and Senior Level 1 Showman and your champion, Lydia McCullum. Alrighty, we're gonna bring in our junior high and our junior participants at the same time. We're gonna have them competing in the same ring, but they're competing individually for themselves. They're gonna be lone exhibitors for each one of their divisions. Representing the junior high will be Miss Jaden Gossett. And representing our junior level will be Miss Shelby Timms. So even though they're both in the ring, for those at home, even though they're both in the ring, they're both competing individually for each one of their divisions. But rest assured, they won't work any less. And if you're standing at home, you'll notice there's a lot of setting of the back feet and trying to get the lambs to push out. And we're trying to really enhance or show off the hindquarters of the animal, because that's where the real value is. And when we start talking about market lambs, and so when they're trying to show, they're trying to enhance the best part of each one of those animals as they try to work and set. It's a non-stop battle trying to make sure you get your animal set up in the right position so they can get the best profile and the best view for our judge. And each time, the entire time, they're trying to keep their eyes on the judge, where he's going, where he's at. And as each one of our champion showmen exits the ring, they're all receiving a gift card from Bonnie's Barnyard, courtesy of Bonnie's Barnyard, who is the sponsor of all of our showmanship awards tonight. So we want to give a shout out to Miss Bonnie Osborne and Stephen Osborne with Bonnie's Barnyard for all their support of the Williamson County 4-H. It doesn't just start or end here. They sponsor the Williamson County 4-H all throughout the year. So thank you for all the support that they provide. As our judge makes his final assessments and decisions and conversations, we'll give you a heads up at home what our schedule is going to look like tonight. We're just right now getting ready to conclude our sheep showmanship. We're going to move right on into goat showmanship. We'll take a very, very short break, and at that point we'll shift gears and turn right on into the market portion of our show. So we'll give you the update on the schedule after we hear the placings and comments from our judge from our junior high and junior showmanship.
Two really quality juniors here, and both of them are going to win their age division, and certainly both do an excellent job. I took a few minutes to speak with each one of them to give them a few pointers, but both of them do a really good job getting their lambs set up. They show their front ends well. They brace their lambs well. They have control of their project, and I commend them and congratulate them for being out here. Congratulations.
Congratulations to your champion junior high showman, Miss Jaden Gossett. And congratulations to your champion junior showman, Miss Shelby Timms. Congratulations to both our representatives of the junior high and junior division with your junior high champion, Miss Jaden Gossett, and your junior champion, Miss Shelby Timms. All right, at that point, that's going to conclude our sheep showmanship. We're going to transition and move right on to our goat showmanship. And once again, we're going to start right back up top. We're going to start with those veteran 4-H'ers as they are going to make their way into the ring. We're looking for our senior level 2 showman. This Miss Jordan Bond will be entering the ring one final time for the Williamson County 4-H goat showmanship. We're excited to have Jordan one more time. She's been such an outstanding 4-H'er for our group. So Miss Jordan Bond representing senior level 2. And we'll go ahead and finish up our schedule update for the night's events. So once we get ready to begin the market and the breeding part of the show, we're going to start with our commercial ewes section, then we're going to move right on to the market lambs. Once we finish the sheep, we're going to transition right on to registered does for the goats, commercial does, and follow it up and conclude the night's events with our market goat show. As our senior level 2 showman makes one last walk around the ring, we'll take this opportunity to first just introduce you to the judge, and then we'll let him give you a few details as we go throughout the night, a little bit about his background and his family and farm. So first we'd like to introduce our judge, Mr. Bart Jones of Lafayette, Tennessee. And we can't thank him enough for taking his time to meet with us and see us and participate in tonight's outstanding event.
We have a single entry here in this senior level goat showmanship, and young lady does a nice job getting her goat out here and getting him around the ring. I'd like to see a little more brace and a little more effort in getting that lamb set, the goat set up correctly. But congratulations to this young lady. She'll be our winner here tonight.
Congratulations to your champion, Senior Level 2 Showman, Miss Jordan Bond. Alrighty. At this time, let's bring in those Senior Level 1 competitors. Senior Level 1 is going to be represented by 3 participants. We're looking for Mr. T.J. Williams, Miss Emily Dietz, Miss Presley Nolan. These 3 individuals will be representing Senior Level 1 Showmen.
very good class of exhibitors here. We took a little bit more time because it's a little bit of a close placing here. I think we have some different styles in this class. I like the young lady up front here. I like her style. She wants to get in front of this goat, try to get more drive out of him. And that's the style that my family likes when we show back home. The young lady here in the middle is going to be our class winner tonight, even though she has a very different style. What she does best is when we came around the ring here tonight, she set her goat up, and that goat hasn't moved the entire time. I don't like the way that she stands away from that goat presenting it, but right there's the first time that that goat has moved since we came around the ring. She also did a better job of swapping sides when I went around the front of the goats, and when we worked a little harder, she came to the top, and she's going to be the winner here tonight. Congratulations. The young lady in second is going to be the lady up front right here. I like the style. She wants to get more drive out of her goat. She wants to get the goat jacked up a little bit more in that front end. But the longer the drive went on, her goat looks poorer in his top line and not as comfortable looking as the young lady's goat that wins the class. Additionally, when I got right in front of you, I wanted you to move to this other side, and you just kept standing there, and the other two exhibitors had moved for quite a while. And that's the only reason really you're going to be second tonight. Very good job, very nice pair of exhibitors. The young man in third also does a really nice job. He keeps his goat set up. I just wish he was a little bit more aggressive on when he came in the ring of wanting to make that goat show as he was walking, and getting a little more brace out of that goat when I go to handle. Congratulations to all these exhibitors. Very good class.
And your champion, senior level 1 exhibitor, goes to Miss Emily Dietz. And in second, a close second, Miss Presley Nolan. And a very close third, Mr. T.J. Williams. Congratulations to all of our senior level 1 exhibitors and your champion, senior level 1, Miss Emily Dietz. All righty, we're ready for our junior high exhibitors. We've got 5 young 4-H'ers representing our junior high. We've got, leading off, Miss Abigail Burney, Miss Jaden Gossett, Miss Olivia Haylett, Mr. Kurt Connor, and Mr. Joshua Dietz. These 5 young individuals will represent our junior high division. We're also making a call to our junior exhibitors. If you're a junior showman, please make your way to the lineup area. You are going to be concluding our junior goat showman for our 2020 Williamson County 4-H Junior Goat Showman. As you walk around, you'll notice as you're observing, we've got a bunch of individuals of all different styles of showmanship. And as you'll notice, as our judge makes his way along each one of them, he may ask a question or two of our showmen, and that's because he wants to know what they've been doing for their project. What have they been feeding? What are their genetic lines? What are the health lines? What are their goals with each one of their projects? It's all a complete process. It doesn't just occur what you see in the ring. It's hours and hours all throughout the spring and summer and fall as they strive to be the top showman with the top quality herd that they have. And so it's a complete process. It's not just about walking in the show ring and beginning that. There's a lot of work that goes on in between. And he wants to know what's going on. What are the details that you've been doing? And each one of them, I'm sure, is glad and prepared to answer each one of those questions. As you watch at home, you'll notice you see a lot of familiarity, a lot of different coat colors in each one of the animals that our exhibitors are showing. For most of the goat classes, we have most exhibitors are exhibiting a boar cross or a boar animal. That is the majority of animals that you'll find in Middle Tennessee when it comes to the meat goats. They'll have that distinguished by that brown and white, or more often than not, they'll have a white body with a brown head. And when you start getting into crosses, that's where you're going to start to see a few different coat color patterns, but predominantly you're going to see the brown and the whites. So as you start to drive throughout the county, maybe you'll notice a little bit more often, and you'll be able to call random facts out in the car as you go. That's a boar goat that you're seeing running around out in the pasture. Well, if you haven't been to the Williamson County Fair in the last 4 or 5 years, or you haven't been away from 4-H for a while, you may not recognize the animals of the species from the 4-H that you grew up doing. The Goat Project is something relatively new to Williamson County 4-H and really to the state of Tennessee across the board. This project is only about 5 or 6 years old, but it has been on a meteoric rise as far as the number of animals and the number of exhibitors that have participated in this project over the last 5 or 6 years. It's opened up an experience for lots of kids. You don't have to have 50, 100, 150 acres to be able to participate in this goat project. You just need a couple. And sometimes you just need a little dog pen and a little run-in shed. You can have a goat project in itself right there. So that's why we're starting to see quite a few new faces, and a lot of faces that probably never thought they'd have some aspect of agriculture or any type of connection like that. But the Goat Project provides that opportunity. So we continue to see more and more exhibitors, and that's why we get really excited about the Goat Project as we move through this tonight. You're going to see lots of different high quality animals, and we'll start to track them as we go. Some of these younger exhibitors we'll get to track over the next few years, and we'll see how their projects proceed.
As the competition gets a little deeper in the showmanship drives, we have to work them a little bit longer. And I think there's some tough decisions to make here in this class, but we're going to start with the young lady up here on the end. I think from the time she come in until now, she's done the best job throughout the whole drive. Is she perfect all the time? No, but she wants her goat to be perfect. You can tell her legs are set up. She does the very best job of anybody in this class of showing the front end of that goat off, and a very nice solid job all the way through. Congratulations. Second place is going to be right here. This goat here in second doesn't move, and I really appreciate that, as these other 3 exhibitors struggle to keep their goats still and get their legs set and continue to fight and struggle with those goats. This exhibitor right here keeps this goat calm, collected, and set up most all the time. Congratulations on being second. Very nice job. In third, the lady does a very nice job getting her goat set up at times, but there's too much struggle and fight. Fourth place is going to be the young man in the red plaid shirt, and fifth will be the brown goat. All 3 of these exhibitors just struggle keeping their goats still. They want to move a little too much, and they have to put a little more effort into trying to get their animals set up compared to the 2 individuals that were up at the top of the class. Congratulations to all these exhibitors.
Congratulations to your junior high champion showman, Miss Jaden Gossett. And in second, Miss Olivia Halen. In third, Abigail Burney. And in fourth, Mr. Joshua Dietz. And in fifth, Mr. Kurt Connor. Congratulations again to all of our junior high exhibitors and your champion showman from the junior high division, Miss Jaden Gossett. Alrighty, here's the class we've been looking for. These are the junior level competitors. These are the junior showmen for our GOAT class. They're gonna be the final class of showmen for the evening. We've got 5 exhibitors representing the junior division. First off, we've got Elizabeth McCollum. Next, Haley Pointer. We got Mr. Cole DeLillo, Mr. Gunnar Connor, and Miss Kylie Butler. This is a reminder, at the conclusion of this class, that will conclude the first aspect of the first leg of tonight's events. That will conclude our showmanship portion. We'll take a 5-minute break, and then we'll convert right on over to the show portion. And we'll begin with the commercial ewes, followed by the market lamb. So if you've got a commercial ewe or a market lamb, you are on call. If you're sitting at home right now, I challenge you right now to be able to pick out the winner of this class. We've got 5 top young individuals. They're going to make it extremely difficult on our judge to make any type of selection tonight. So as you're sitting along at home, please take your opportunity. You've watched a couple of classes. You've heard our judge tell what he's looking for in each one of these exhibitors, and we'll give you the opportunity to see if you can pick out that winning animal, and more importantly, that winning 4-H'er, because that's what it is. It is a team competition, and we're going to see which 4-H'er can be the leader for the junior division.
For those of you who are watching at home, you've got small children that are looking at this and thinking, man, I might like to try this. As Matt said earlier, there's no better way to get a kid involved in learning incredibly valuable life skills, learning responsibility, than to get them involved in animal agriculture. And Williamson County 4-H provides a lot of opportunities to do that. So moms, dads, as you're thinking about that, we've got lots of room for young kids or kids who are maybe 10th, 11th grade even, that maybe have never done it, always wanted to. There's a great opportunity to be a part of Williamson County 4-H. If you're watching from some county other than Williamson here in Tennessee, every Tennessee program has a great opportunity for you to be involved.
As our judge starts to make some of his final selections for our junior showmanship classes for our Market Goat Show, we're going to go throughout the night. We're going to recognize a few more individuals as we go, because you can't put on a show without a lot of help. There's just no way to go about it. There's help you can see on camera, and there's the help that you can see behind the scenes. And it starts on the outside, and it works its way inside. And we'll start that same way, and we're going to start with our lineup crew, because there's no more important position than your lineup crew if you want to keep a show on pace. And so you've got to have a quality lineup crew, making sure that everybody's there ready and waiting. And so for today, we're going to recognize Mr. Joey Taylor and thank him for his efforts in keeping our show on the move. And as we start to make our way into the ring, we've got to have those bullfighters, we've got to have those rodeo clowns, and we've got to have those showmen, those ring people to help keep our show going. Because sometimes you've got one needs a little giddy up, and sometimes you need a little whoa. And so when it comes to that, we can't thank our ringmen enough. So between the night, we've got a couple of different ones. And so Mr. Cole Robertson, who's stepped outside the ring right now, but we also want to thank Miss Marianne Blankenship, who's going to play multiple roles tonight, and we'll try to recognize her for each one that she plays tonight. and making sure that each one of these showmen gets properly rewarded for all their accomplishments tonight. We've got to have somebody to keep that organized and moving and going. And so we want to thank Miss Leah Kennedy. Miss Leah Kennedy is a 4-H'er in the Williamson County 4-H Project, and she's also a state representative for the University of Tennessee in the state 4-H program. So we're so proud to have her in Williamson County as our representative. So thank you to Miss Leah for helping keep all of our kids properly rewarded for all of their efforts.
An appropriate way to end the showmanship classes here tonight, because it's probably the most competitive drive that we've had. I think it's some very close placings down through here. We're going to start with the young lady out front here. I do think she's the consensus winner here in this class. I really like the way she has control of her dough from the time she comes in the ring. She does it in a very relaxed fashion. The dough just works with her beautifully and really doesn't make very many mistakes. Congratulations, young lady. As we get down the line here in these next placings, I think it becomes very close in this next situation right here. No handshakes, honey. You did a good job, though. I'd always shake your hand before COVID, but with COVID, we're going to pass tonight. I'm going to talk about each of these exhibitors, and then I'll decide how we're going to place them. I like the style this young lady presents. She wants more drive and brace out of her goat. That's certainly the style that I like, and I appreciate that. The downfall here is the goat doesn't want to trail as well around the ring, and the goat seems to want to struggle with her a little bit more. He's not as relaxed showing out here as he needs to be. The young man here has a little different style. He stands away from the goat, but his goat stays set up a lot. He does a very nice job. His goat trails really well, and he keeps that goat set up. So it's a tough decision here. I'm going to use the young man just because of the calm demeanor that his goat possesses here, and he really does a good job in a low-stress way of showing. Congratulations, you'll be second. You'll be third. Congratulations. As we move on down the line here, we have a couple exhibitors that do a really nice job, put a lot of effort out here in the ring, just need to be a little more polished to be competitive here tonight. Congratulations to y'all, really nice job.
Congratulations to your champion, junior showman, Miss Haley Pointer. And in second, Cole DeLillo. In third, Miss Elizabeth McCollum. In fourth, Gunner Connor. And in fifth, Miss Kylie Butler. Congratulations again to all of our junior showmen and your champion, Miss Haley Pointer. Alrighty, that concludes the showmanship portion of our show. So as we turn this ring over and we flip our animals over, we're gonna take a 5-minute break to do a little costume changing, and we'll be back here in 5 minutes at 7:30. We'll resume the Williamson County 4-H Sheep and Goat Show. You've got a commercial U. 1 minute heads up for any commercial U. Please make your way to the lineup area. For all these classes, we have relatively small numbers, so we're gonna move pretty quick. So if you've got a commercial U, please make your way to the lineup area. We've got a single entry in class number 1. Single entry in class number 1. Alrighty, it's 7:30 on the dot, so that means it's time to get ready for the second half of our event. So we're gonna get things kicked off with our commercial U show for the 2020 Williamson County 4-H Sheep Show. Once again, the commercial U. This is all about the ladies. We've got the ladies. So no offense to you gentlemen if you're showing, but it's all about the ladies tonight. We're gonna bring our commercial U's in. So when we have commercial animals, that means they are not purebred. So we have animals that have a little bit of hybrid vigor. So we're doing a little crossbreeding here for each one of these animals, trying to pick the traits that come from the best of each breed and put them together so we can make the perfect sheep. And we're looking for animals and these are females that we're hoping they're going to breed some of those market animals so we can have the finest quality lamb all across the country. So these young ladies hopefully will be giving birth in the next few years with some of those high quality lambs. So tonight we're going to evaluate those because we want to make sure that they're the proper breeding stock for our operation. And so for each one of these commercial ewes, we're going to try to pick the ones that have the best body shape, the best legs. We've got to be able to walk out. We've got to have structure to be able to last. We want to have some body, what we call depth of body, to be able to show us that they're going to hold and carry a lamb. We want to make sure they look like a female. They're clean up front. They've got a strong top. We want to have their top be nice and wide. We want it to be tall and flat across. We want their hips to be level from what we call hooks to pins, which is the hips. We want those to be level as can be out through the dock. So as our judge looks through each one of these, he's going to make some decisions. So we're going to start our class off with class number 1, represented by Miss Jaden Gossett and her commercial ewe weighing 84 pounds.
Single entry in this class, very nice sheep, very structurally correct, moves around the ring very well. The young lady does a nice job presenting her sheep that's very balanced when viewed from the side, nice when viewed from the front. Congratulations, a nice sheep to win this class.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from Class 1 of our commercial ewe show. And the blue ribbon goes to Miss Jaden Gossett. Alrighty, we're going to bring in class number 2. Class number 2 is a single entry. We have got one exhibitor represented by Miss Shelby Timms and her commercial ewe weighing 117 pounds. We're making a call to class number 3 and class number 4. Please make your way to the lineup area. At the conclusion of class number 4, we're going to bring them all back in and we're going to name our champion blackface ewe. So please stay close to the ring so we can make those callbacks at a quick and efficient process. And you'll notice as I start to make each one of the introductions for the animals, I'm going to give out each weight of each animal because that's how we break our classes. That's how we show them. We show them by their weight. If we had what we call registered animals or purebred animals in the ring, we'd break them out by age. But since we have commercial animals, we break them out by weight and then show them as close as we can to comparable weights to keep it nice and even, because we have animals that might be a little bit less on the weight range, but that's probably because they're a little bit less on the age range. So we're going to break them out and we'll try to give you updates as we go throughout.
Another single entry in this second class, a ewe that's extremely thick and three-dimensional down her top, a ewe that's really level out her dock, very nice fronted sheep, a sheep that gets up off the ground well, sound on her feet and legs. Congratulations, this exhibitor.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments in class number 2. And congratulations to your blue ribbon winner, Miss Shelby Timms. Alrighty, we're ready to do a little swapping and come right back in the ring, leading off with class number 3. We're looking for that first entry, Miss Shelby Timms, with a lamb weighing 121 pounds. In second, we've got Miss Lydia McCullum with a lamb weighing 131 pounds. And in third, Miss Jaden Gossett with a lamb weighing 142 pounds. As our judge makes his way around each one of the competitors, you'll notice that sometimes he puts his hand on the back of the lamb. He's trying to feel how wide that loin is, because that's one of the most valuable pieces of meat. And he wants to get a good idea what that animal has capacity for being able to hold a market lamb and be able to have one of those high quality market lambs. So he's going to look more than just viewing animals. You're going to notice he's going to touch a few, trying to get an idea of what's actually going on underneath the hide. And if you'll notice, if we got an up-close shot probably at some point tonight, you'll notice our judge is wearing a mask that doesn't necessarily fit in Tennessee, but he's awfully proud of it, and we're awfully proud of it because it's a high-quality school. Our judge has got a Oklahoma State mask on tonight, and that's because he got a high quality education from Oklahoma State, and that's where a lot of his opportunities came to be able to be a high quality judge. So as we go throughout the night, we'll talk a little bit about our judge, but we can't thank him enough for making his way down to Williamson County, Tennessee, from Lafayette, Tennessee, to judge our Williamson County 4-H Sheep and Goat Show. Even though he's wearing the wrong color orange, we're extremely happy to have him tonight.
Good class of commercial ewes, and certainly some differences in these ewes to talk about. I spend 3 or 4 hours every night in the barn working show lambs, and there's one of these that really stands out to me, and that's the young lady here in the middle of the ring. She'll be the class winner. Certainly a very well-balanced animal that's really good up through her front end, still has some width to that base of chest, super good handling down her top, very well designed out through her hip and leg. Maintains her balance extremely well when we put her in motion around the ring. Very nice sheep to win this class. Congratulations. In second will be the young lady's ewe lamb up front, a sheep that I really appreciate for the shape she has in her rack and loin. I like her style, but to me, as we put her in motion around the ring, she gets a little lower fronted, a little more up in her top, not near as balanced as our class winner. Congratulations. In third, we have a sheep that's a bigger frame, bigger outline sheep, but a ewe that just gives up too much in terms of meat and muscle for me to move up in the class today. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 3 of our commercial ewe show. In third place, Jaden Gossett. In second, Shelby Timms. And taking home the blue, Miss Lydia McCollum. Thanks again to our judge for the comments and our exhibitors in class number 3. And your blue ribbon winner, Miss Lydia McCollum. Now entering the ring, representing our last class of commercial use in the blackface division, will be Miss Jaden Gossett in her 199-pound commercial U. Just a reminder, if you had a class winner from class 1, 2, and 3, please make your way to the lineup area. We'll bring you right back in where we can duke it out for the champion Blackface Lamb.
Another single entry class of commercial U's, a U that's super long bodied and elevated in her type and climb, still has some thickness back through her hip, a U that's sound on her feet and legs. Congratulations, an easy class winner.
Congratulations to your blue ribbon winner from class number 4, Jaden Gossett. All right, at this time, let's bring them all back in. I'll bring all those blue ribbon winners back into the ring, and we'll fight it out for our champion Blackface Commercial U, representing class number 1, Miss Jaden Gossett with an 84-pound Commercial U. In class number 2, Miss Shelby Timms at 117. Weighing in class number 3 at 131 pounds, Miss Lydia McCollum's Commercial U. In class number 4, Miss Jaden Gossett with a 199-pound Commercial U. As our judge works through the class or the championship drive, we want to call your attention to all the banners that start to surround the ring. We want to call your attention to all the support that it takes to put on a show in a Williamson County Fair on an annual basis. You've got to have strong supporters, and we've got to have them year after year. And we are very fortunate at the Williamson County 4-H and the Williamson County Fair to be able to have one of the stronger supporters all across the country. They've got stores all over the country, but they're proud to call Williamson County, Tennessee home. We can't thank enough to have TSC, the Tractor Supply Company, on board with the Williamson County Fair. They've been with us from the beginning, and we couldn't do it without them. So we're proud to call Tractor Supply Company a proud supporter of the Williamson County Fair.
Again, for you folks watching at home who might be looking at this and thinking, boy, I'd really love to have my kids be a part of the project like this, but we don't have a place to raise an animal. You might live in town, you might not be able to even have animals in your homeowners association, we want to let you know the Williamson County Livestock Project Group involves a whole lot more than just showing and exhibiting animals. There are all kinds of ways for kids to learn animal science, help prepare them for a career in animal science or biomedical science. They can come learn how to judge and evaluate these animals, which requires a good knowledge of physical structure, nomenclature of muscling and of skeletal systems, being able to identify meat cuts. There are all kinds of ways that they can be involved in judging classes. They can be involved in poultry judging and have a lot of ways that they can participate and learn about animal science, nutrition, health maintenance, management. So there are a lot of ways to be involved and be an active participant without actually having to raise an animal. Obviously, for those kids who would like to get involved, if you'd like more information, all you need to do is contact us here at the Williamson County 4-H office. We'd be happy to answer any questions you might have and help you as a family decide the best way for you to be able to participate.
Congratulations to all the exhibitors in the commercial U show tonight, and what a great set of U's, but more importantly, a great set of showmen. Let's give them all a nice round of applause. I couldn't second more what Mr. Doug was saying there a few minutes ago about the opportunities that the junior livestock program gives these kids, and certainly any way that I can give back to it, I like to, because I know the great opportunities that I got from showing lambs and pigs, and then I see what my son's doing, showing lambs and pigs and goats, and how much he enjoys it, and the friends he meets, and those relationships will carry forward with you as you go through life. Good set of sheep here. I think there's one ewe out here that certainly fits the mold for what I like to do. A sheep that's very well built, well balanced, lots of muscle, but still has plenty of style and look. The young lady here in the green shirt will have the grand ewe. Congratulations.
Congratulations to your grand champion blackface commercial ewe, exhibited by Miss Lydia McCollum. All right, at this time, we're gonna bring back in the second place finisher from that class, and that's gonna be a Shelby Timms lamb. Shelby Timms will bring that lamb back in, and we're gonna pick our reserve grand champion from our blackface.
As we come in to pick the reserve champion ewe, I think it's fairly close between these two middle class winners. I'm going to go ahead and use the winner of the third class here. Ewe that just follows more the type and kind of ewe that wins. Pair of really nice ewes. Congratulations.
Congratulations to your reserve grand champion, Shelby Timms. Congratulations to all of our commercial ewe exhibitors, our blackface commercial ewe exhibitors, and your grand champion blackface commercial ewe, Miss Lydia McCollum, and your reserve grand champion, Shelby Timms. Alrighty, we've got 3 lambs in our whiteface commercial ewe, so we're gonna bring all 3 of those entries in at the same time, and we're gonna name the grand champion of our whiteface commercial ewes. And at the conclusion of that, we're gonna bring both our blackface and our whiteface commercial ewes back into the lineup area and into the ring, where we're gonna name the Supreme Champion commercial, or Supreme Champion ewe. As our white-face commercial ewes make their way into the lineup area or into the ring, we're going to make a call to all of our market lambs. If you've got a market lamb, please head on up to the ring right at this point. We're going to get ready to bring you into the ring here very shortly. But now, going on in the ring, we've got 3 commercial white-face ewes. They're all owned by Miss Sydney Lamb. We've got 3 weighing 112 pounds. 123 pounds, and 160 pounds. At the conclusion of our naming of our grand champion whiteface ewe, we're going to bring our blackface back in the ring, and we're going to name a supreme champion ewe. So if you've noticed, as we've been talking a little bit about each one of these classes, you've noticed that we've broke them down into blackface and whiteface, and that's all based on the genetics that happened whenever we started doing a little crossbreeding. So if we've got a whiteface animal, we've been crossing with a breed that has a little bit more white face to it. And the same will go for the blackface. If we've been calling it a blackface animal, we've been crossbreeding it with an animal that has a traditional black face. So that's where we get the terms whiteface and blackface as we name our crossbreeding for the commercial side.
In this class of crossbred whiteface cross ewes, I think there's a lot of differences in these sheep. Makes it some tough decisions of where you want to put your priorities. But for me, I think I'm going to go with the ewe here in the back of the line. I think when you look at structural correctness and soundness off her feet and legs, body volume, size, the shape and expression back through her hip, I think for those reasons she's going to win this class. I think probably the most balanced sheep here in this class. Congratulations. Gets really close here. What I want to do for second and third, I think there's some differences. I'm going to use the more white-faced appearing ewe up front. I think she's a little taller in her front end, taller fronted, but a sheep that carries a little more width and dimension back through her hip and leg, back out her dock. A sheep that's much cleaner down through her lower 1/3 compared to even their class winner. Congratulations, you'll be second. The ewe here in third, a nice balanced, bigger rib kind of sheep than the sheep that's in second, but a sheep to me that tracks a little too narrow and a little narrows and rolls out her pins for me to move up in the class. Congratulations to these exhibitors.
Congratulations to your grand champion commercial whiteface ewe, Miss Sydney Lamb, and your reserve grand champion whiteface ewe, Miss Sydney Lamb. All right, at this time, let's bring both of our grand champions back in the ring, and we're gonna name a supreme champion ewe. So we're looking for our grand champion from our blackface. We're looking for Miss Lydia McCullum. And we're looking from our whiteface, Miss Sydney Lamb. At the conclusion of naming our supreme champion animal, we're gonna bring our market lambs to the lineup area and then 2 to the ring. So if you've got a market lamb, please be making your way to the lineup area at this time. We're gonna transition right from the naming of our Supreme Champion U right on into our market lamb show. So first out of the gate will be Miss Kayla Beal in class number 1 and class number 2. But in the meantime, we're gonna wait in anticipation for the naming of our Supreme Champion U. At this time, we're bringing in our reserve champions as well, because once our judge makes his selection for our Supreme Champion U, he's going to next make the selection for our reserve Supreme Champion. And so he's going to pull that exhibitor, whoever got Supreme Champion, he's going to pull the reserve right on into the lineup, and we'll make that second selection.
Very good commercial use show here tonight, and if you followed my comments, you should know that we're going to use the 2 blackface U's here as your Supreme and Reserve Supreme. 2 very good U's that should be very competitive coming up this coming weekend. Congratulations, these exhibitors.
Congratulations to your Supreme Champion U, exhibited by Miss Lydia McCollum. And your Reserve Supreme Champion U, exhibited by Miss Shelby Timms. Congratulations to all of our commercial U exhibitors and their lambs, but our Supreme Champion goes to Miss Lydia McCollum. Alrighty, we're gonna shift gears again, and we're gonna go move right on to those market animals. The market animals are the animals that we're looking to go right into the freezer, into some of the finest quality meat that you're going to find in Tennessee and maybe even the country. We'll challenge Australia and New Zealand for the highest quality lambs that there are. But we're going to bring them in. We're going to start with a single entry in class number 1. We're going to start with an entry from Miss Kayla Beal, and that entry weighs 75 pounds. And you'll notice there's something a little bit different about this first entry. He's got a tail. That's okay, he's still a sheep. He's what we call a hair sheep. So we have different varieties of animals. Traditionally, you'll see some wool. But over the past few years, we've seen a lot of change in the sheep market, where you see a lot more animals that we call the hair variety. And so the hair sheep are animals that are still sheep, but they provide a different aspect of the meat industry to us. So don't switch over your dial just because you saw a tail. We're still looking at that sheep in the market lambs.
Single entry in this first class of market lambs, a lamb that's very lean and trim when you handle it over the ribs. A sheep I'd like to see a little more muscle in, but nonetheless, congratulations, nice class winner.
Congratulations to your blue ribbon winner from class number 1, Miss Kayla Beal. Alrighty, she's gonna do a quick changeover, and she's gonna refuel and bring another one back in. So in class number 2, we have another single entry with Miss Kayla Beal with an entry weighing 96 pounds. And as we sit here and as our judge gets to evaluate and we put him to the test and see if he can pick a class winner, we're going to talk a little bit about a few other people that help make this show possible. The people that come in the dark of night, the people that come in before the sun rises and stay till the sun sets. It's the people that do a lot of the setting up while you're all asleep and we're waiting in anticipation for the show. But there's a few people, Miss Mary Hope Robertson and Miss Whitney Lamb, that help make our show possible by doing a lot of the behind the scenes things, getting everything set up so that on show day we're ready to rock and roll. So we want to thank Miss Mary Hope and Miss Wendy for all of your help in making this Williamson County 4-H show a success.
In this second class, a nice hair sheep to win here, a sheep that surprisingly handles with a lot of shape and dimension down its top for a hair lamb. Very different than the hair sheep that won the last class. This one is very much more expressive in terms of its muscle. Congratulations, a nice class winner.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 2. Into the blue goes Kayla Beal. Congratulations, Kayla, for your Class 2 winner. Alrighty, we're ready for 2 entries in Class number 3. 2 entries. We're looking for Miss Sydney Lamb and Miss Jaden Gossett. We've got a weight range from 114 to 121 pounds for these 2 market lambs. As you notice throughout the night in any portion of our sheep show, you notice that these animals, they don't have a halter on. They don't have a collar on. It's all up to the 4-H'er to be able to hold on to each one of these animals. They've got to work and train all throughout the year to be able to work in conjunction with each one of these animals to be able to lead without any type of harness, any type of rope, leash, collar, whatever you want to call it. They're all on their own. So that's how hard each one of these individuals has to work to be able to train these animals to walk and to be able to keep them with them. So as you notice, we don't have any ringmen necessarily working in here. That's because we have faith in these 4-H'ers. We know that they're going to be able to show these animals to the highest level. All right, if you can hear my voice and you're in Class 4 and 5, it's your time to shine. Please make your way to the lineup area. We're going to be looking for you in the lineup very soon.
In this class, I really like this lamb in the back right here to be our class winner, a sheep that has a lot of shape and expression up over his rack. Really like the way he travels with some stoutness and thickness around the ring. Congratulations, a nice lamb to win this class. I like the length of body and extension in the lamb in second, a sheep that just needs to be wider and bolder sprung with more muscle, and would like to see it a little stouter featured in terms of its foot and bone work. Congratulations, nice pair of lambs.
All righty. Thank you, Judge, for your placings and Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments. From Class number 3, in second place, Miss Sydney Lamb. And taking home the blue, Miss Jaden Gossett. All right, we're going to shift to a single entry in Class number 4. We've got a single entry exhibited by Miss Lydia McCullum with a 129-pound powerhouse. Miss Lydia McCullum in Class number 4. right, if you have a market lamb, we need all market lambs to be standing ringside. So if you have a market lamb and you're back in the barn, please make your way ringside. We are ready to rock and roll. We're moving right through each one of our classes, so please have all your animals ready to go.
Very good weather to win this class. A sheep that's extremely expressive up through his rack and back through his loin, big hipped, still carries all this muscle in a very well-balanced package, put together good through its front end. Congratulations, very nice lamb to win this class.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments in class number 4. And to the blue goes Miss Lydia McCollum. Alrighty, we're ready for class number 5. We've got 3 entries in class number 5. We're looking for Miss Lydia McCollum, Miss Sydney Lamb, and Mr. Sam Lamb. We've got weight ranges from 132 pounds to 140 pounds in class number 5 with these 3 market lambs. As our lambs make it in here, we're going to talk a little bit about what we've got upcoming for this 2020 Williamson County Fair. We're going to shift gears a little bit, and we're going to make it a little bit different this year. We've had a few road bumps along the way and a few potholes, but we're going to still do the Williamson County Fair. We're just going to do it a little bit different this year. So starting on Friday night, we're going to begin the 2020 Williamson County Virtual Fair. Right now, you're participating in the live portion of the Williamson County Fair, but the virtual fair is going to take place, and so we encourage you to visit the Williamson County Fair's website to see all the activities that we have planned for the fair. For the 9 days of fun, we have activities all throughout, contests, and we couldn't be more happy to be able to offer the Williamson County Fair one more consecutive year. We just look forward to that opportunity that we get to revisit these hallowed grounds in 2021 for the Williamson County Fair one more time.
Hey man, one of the things that's going to be kicking off with that, starting on Friday, is the live hatching cam. And what that basically is, if you've never seen a baby chick hatch, you're going to be able to watch that. Hopefully, if Mother Nature cooperates with us and we did everything right, we'll have some baby chicks hatching online. You can hop in on that live hatching cam and be able to see those baby chicks emerging. We'll also have some lessons along the way about how to take care of baby chicks. Poultry have become incredibly popular, especially this year. Folks want to be able to get eggs out of their own backyard poultry flock. So we'd encourage you to watch that, stay tuned, and be watching that webcam, as well as some other opportunities we'll talk about a little bit later on.
A combination lamb to win this class up front, a lamb that's super muscular and balanced and handles really good down his top, good in his hip. A lamb that's certainly one of the best carcass lamb in this class, so congratulations, nice lamb to win. In second and third here, it's kind of close. You know, both of these lambs for me are a little heavy conditioned than what's ideal, but the lamb up front here, to me, is way over conditioned. I think if we take that condition off of that sheep, there's probably not a lot of difference in terms of their muscle. Fat's very detrimental to a lamb carcass. I'm going to use the young man's lamb here in second, go with third with the young lady's lamb. Congratulations, these exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 5. In third place, Miss Sydney Lamb. In second, Mr. Sam Lamb. And taking home the blue, Miss Lydia McCollum. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors in class number 5 and your blue ribbon winner, Miss Lydia McCullum. Alrighty, we're gonna move right into class number 6 as our exhibitors get set up and ready to rock and roll. We've got 3 exhibitors in this class. We've got Miss Lydia McCullum, Miss Jaden Gossett, and Miss Shelby Timms, with weight ranges in their lambs from 142 pounds to 148 pounds. We're gonna make a call to make sure class 7 is on board and ready to rock and roll in the lineup area. And we're also gonna call all of those blue ribbon winners. We're gonna call you right back into the ring because we wanna name a grand champion ewe, or grand champion lamb. So we're gonna make sure all of our blue ribbon winners are on standby for our grand champion drive.
Very competitive class of market lambs. I think there's some give and take in these sheep. We're going to start with the young lady's Weather that's up front here. To me, he's the best combination sheep of these 3 in terms of having an expressive muscle shape and still being correct in terms of his finish. A sheep that the lamb that's going to be second will be the lady's lamb in the back. This first place lamb is just cleaner down through his lower 1/3 of his body, better up through his front end, a little shallower chested. That's his advantage over this lamb in second. This lamb in second has more bone and stoutness and powerful legs to him. He's more massive in terms of his top when you get right behind him. But nonetheless, to me, he's a little deeper bodied, has a little more weight up through his lower 1/3 and front 1/3 compared to the class winner. The lamb here in third is a larger frame, bigger outline kind of sheep, not as fresh and crisp to the handle here tonight, and a lamb that needs a little more foot size and bone and power to compete with these 2 that were winning the class. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments in class number 6. In third place, Miss Jaden Gossett. In second, Miss Shelby Timms. And taking home the blue in class number 6, Miss Lydia McCullum. Once again, congratulations to all of our exhibitors in class number 6 and your blue ribbon winner, Miss Lydia McCullum. All right, wrapping up our market lamb classes in class number 7, we have a single entry represented by Miss Shelby Timms, with a lamb weighing 148 pounds. And you'll notice that lamb is standing right in front of a banner represented by the Tractor Supply Company. It doesn't matter where they're sheep, it doesn't matter where they're cattle or where they're goats. The Tractor Supply Company supports the Williamson County Fair and all the livestock events held on the Williamson County Fairgrounds. We could not be more proud to call Tractor Supply Company one of the proud supporters of the Williamson County Fair. It doesn't matter if you're in Grassland or Triune, Franklin or Spring Hill, the Tractor Supply Company is serving the kids who are proudly participating in the Williamson County Fair and the Williamson County 4-H shows.
This last class is a single entry, a bigger lamb that's very powerfully constructed in terms of the muscle down his top and through his hip, a sheep that's very sound on his feet and legs. Ideally, I'd like to clean him up and make him a little shallower in his chest floor to be a really good show lamb, but nonetheless, very good, solid lamb to win this class. Congratulations, young lady.
Congratulations to your blue ribbon winner from class number 7, Miss Shelby Timms. Alrighty, let's find out who the grand champion market lamb is. So at this time, let's bring all those blue ribbon winners from classes 1 through 7 back into the ring. We'll call them out as we see them coming in the ring. You call them out at home, see if you can pick that grand champion lamb. All right, entering for class number 1, Miss Kayla Beal. Representing class number 2, Miss Kayla Beal. Representing class number 3, Miss Jaden Gossett. Representing class number 4, Lydia McCullum. Representing class number 5, Miss Lydia McCullum. Representing class number 6, Miss Lydia McCullum. And representing class number 7, Miss Shelby Timms. All right, we're going to turn it over to our judge because we know he's got his hands full picking out one of these high-quality lambs as our grand champion. And if you don't know a little bit about the history of these grand champion lambs, you're gonna find out now. One of these lambs is gonna probably end up in some 5-star restaurant all across this country because of the support that we get from the Cherry Meat Company. The Cherry Meat Company, located in Williamson County, Tennessee, provides some of the highest quality meat to all these 5-star restaurants all across the country. And every one of our market lambs is in high demand. The Cherry Meat Company buys nearly every one of our Williamson County market lambs because they know they're some of the finest meat you can get. So when you go to a 5-star restaurant, no, there's a good chance maybe you're eating a Williamson County lamb that came from the Cherry Meat Company. So thank you to one of our proud supporters, the Cherry Meat Company, for the support they provide to the Market Lamb Show.
And you know, Matt, even as you mentioned that, next Monday night, there'll be an opportunity for you, the viewer, if you'd like to put one of these lambs in your freezer, or if you would be interested in buying perhaps some beef for your freezer. One of the other things that you can buy is a market goat. A lot of folks think, man, I didn't even know you could eat goat. I want to tell you, there is some really, really fine quality eating when you get a market goat. But the folks are more than happy to, more than welcome to sign up. They can call the Williamson County Extension Office if they would like to participate in our expo sale next Monday night. You can come here, it'll be a live auction, and you'd be able to buy one of these animals to put in your freezer. The process has been made real simple. You come and buy the animal, you do not have to touch it. It will be delivered to the processor for you. You're then responsible for paying for the processing costs, depending on how you want to have that cut. And the processor will call you and let you know when your meat is ready to pick up. It is just that easy. So if you'd like more information about that, you can call the Williamson County Extension Office at 615-790-5721, or you can email Doug Burney at dburney@utk.edu and find out how to sign up. You do need to pre-register if you plan on coming as a buyer. We are going to have a safe sale from the standpoint of everything that we're doing. We need to accommodate to be a good host for you, providing for social distancing. And so give us a call if you'd like to participate in that sale next Monday night, August 10th at 6:30 p.m.
Thank you, Mr. Doug. Well, you were telling us a little about that fine sale. I don't know if you at home or you in the ring just caught what just happened with one of our senior level 2 showmen, but we had a lamb escape. And our senior level 2 showman grabbed it, didn't miss a beat, kept on showing her lamb and grabbed the other lamb. So let's give a round of applause to Miss Sydney Lamb exhibiting those fine skills that we want to see each and every time.
Before we pick our grand market lamb, let's give all these exhibitors a nice round of applause for being out here tonight. 6 months ago, if you told me I'd be judging a show and wearing a mask, or my son would be showing and wearing a mask, I would have said, no way, that's not possible. But we've totally, as our family, we've totally changed our point of view on that, because we're now happy to wear a mask because we're happy to be able to show. And I would think everybody owes a lot of appreciation to the people that put this show on, because a few months ago we weren't sure if we were going to have any shows for these kids, and I commend the leadership here in this county for making things like this happen for the young people. I think as we choose our champion market lamb here tonight, there's one lamb in my mind that pretty easily wins this show. He's the best combination of carcass characteristics in terms of his shape and muscle, appropriate in his fat cover, and he's a sheep that carries the extra bells and whistles in a show lamb setting. Bigger feet, bigger legs, more shag, really cool looking rib. This young lady in the green shirt here in the middle will be grand champion.
Congratulations to your grand champion, Miss Lydia McCollum. All righty, we'll bring in the second place lamb from that class. All righty, as we get them all resettled and ready to go, we're gonna name our reserve grand champion now. For reserve champion, I think it gets a little closer between a couple of lambs, but the sheep that matches the type and kind of the lamb that won the show will be, again, the young lady in the green shirt right here in the middle. Very nice sheep. Congratulations to these exhibitors. Congratulations to your reserve grand champion, another Lydia McCollum production. All right. Congratulations to all of our market lamb exhibitors and your grand and reserve champion, exhibited both by Miss Lydia McCollum. Alrighty, we're gonna shift gears and we're gonna keep on hammering down. We're gonna be looking for our registered does. So if you've got a registered doe, please make your way to the lineup area. We're gonna move right from registered does to commercial does, right on to our market goats. Alright, at this time, if you have a goat, we're going to ask that you make your way to the lineup area and tie them off at each one of our panels. So if you have a doe or a market goat, please make your way to the lineup area so we can keep the show rolling right on along. We're going to begin with our registered does. So as we start to get all of our animals organized, we're going to give a few comments about our judge today. We couldn't be more grateful to be able to have a judge of his quality and ilk to be able to make his way to our ring. And we know that he's also a big supporter of the Williamson County 4-H. But we want to thank Mr. Bart Jones for taking his time to visit with us tonight. Bart comes from Lafayette, Tennessee, where he lives on a farm with his wife Sarah and his son Ty, who we've heard multiple times tonight, who is one fine 4-H'er in Kentucky. Bart lives on a farm, a family farm, where they raise multiple things. They have red Angus herd. They raise little row crops and a little tobacco. They raise high quality pigs who are participated in our market hog show. They raise some high quality market show animals as well, for sheep, as well as a few goats or two. So they are multifaceted agriculture family, and they're one of the highest quality operations there is in Kentucky or Tennessee. So we could not be more grateful to have Mr. Bart Jones here tonight to judge our animal show. So thank you to Mr. Jones, thank you to his family for allowing us to have him for the night. And we're gonna have him walk right in and begin our registered doe show. So registered does are purebred animals. We're gonna break these classes by their age rather than by their weight like we do for the commercial animals. So we have a single entry. We have a single entry for our registered does. This is a kid at the date of birth of a February 2020. February 2020. Representing class number 1 is going to be Miss Olivia Halek.
Nice registered doe to win this first class, a doe that I really appreciate for her structural correctness and soundness as she moves around the ring. Very sound, athletic appearing doe. Congratulations, nice class winner.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 1 of our registered doe show. Taking home the blue, Miss Olivia Halek. Congratulations, Olivia. Alrighty, we're ready to move right into class number 2. We've got 2 entries in class number 2. The first, Miss Emily Dietz. And in second, Miss Haley Pointer. We've got birthdays of October 2018 and January 2019 for some of our registered does. At the conclusion of this class, we'll bring both does back in from our blue ribbon women classes, and we're gonna name our champion registered doe. Again, as we watch these registered animals walk around the ring, we're looking at animals that are purebred, 100% boar goats. And so what we're looking for from each one of them, we're looking for the genetics that we're going to use for some of our commercial animals, as you're going to see a little bit later. We want those high quality genetics. We want those muscling characteristics. We want those high quality market characteristics that make that goat eating experience high quality. If you're from Texas, that's good old Texas barbecue. Not quite in Tennessee, but we're working their way up there, where goat meat has had quite a rise over the last few years in popularity. As you go from restaurant to restaurant, you start to see it a lot more in popularity, and it all starts right here with the high quality genetics that comes in that selection.
Very good class of registered older does here. We're going to use the ewe right here, the young lady in the back, really stout featured doe, a doe that I has a lot of ring presence out here in terms of her front end. She's not only stout and broad made in her front end, but she carries her head and neck high, walks very proud around the ring. The young lady does an excellent job presenting this doe. Congratulations, a nice class winner. The doe here in second, I appreciate for her soundness and her freedom of movement. A doe that I'd just like to power up a little bit to compete with the doe that wins the class. Congratulations, these exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments in class number 2 of our registered doe show. In second place, Emily Dietz. And taking home the blue goes to Miss Haley Pointer. Alrighty, we're gonna bring both of those blue ribbon winners from class 1 and class 2 from our registered doe show back into the ring because we need to name a grand champion. So at this time, we're gonna have Miss Olivia Haley and Miss Haley Pointer make their way into the ring because we're gonna name it right here very soon, that grand champion registered doe.
Following up on Matt's comments a while ago, goat meat is an incredibly flavorful meat. For those of you who enjoy grilling, particularly whether your preference is charcoal or a wood pellet grill, there is nothing better tasting than slow smoked goat meat, or chevon as it's called. If you grew up in the South along the border, cabrito would be the word that you would call it. Whatever you call it, it tastes incredible. Down in South Texas where I grew up, you go in and order a taco with cabrito, you get it laid in a nice hot flour tortilla. I'm making myself hungry just thinking about it. Our kids here who raise these livestock and exhibit these livestock don't just learn about the animal science required to keep these animals growing healthy and strong, but they also learn about how to prepare the meat, how to identify the different meat cuts. We have an outdoor meat cookery team that learns all about how to prepare this meat on charcoal grills. So again, if you're sitting at home watching this and thinking, man, I'd love for my kids to be cooking dinner for me, hey, here's your chance.
For the champion registered doe, we're going to use the young lady's older doe here, a doe that shows a lot of ring presence. I really like her front end and her stoutness and thickness. Very nice doe to win this class. You do an excellent job presenting it as well.
Congratulations to your grand champion registered doe, Miss Haley Pointer. We're going to bring in the second place finisher from that class, Miss Emily Dietz, and we're going to put him in the running for the reserve grand champion registered doe.
Very close placing of two very similar does here. I'm going to go ahead and use the yearling for reserve. I just like the way she holds her front end up together a little better. Both goats are very nice in their own respect. Congratulations, these exhibitors.
Congratulations to your reserve grand champion registered doe, Miss Emily Dietz. Congratulations to all of our registered doe participants. And your grand champion, Miss Haley Pointer, and your reserve grand champion, Miss Emily Dietz. Alrighty, we're gonna change gears and we're gonna move right to the commercial doe show. The commercial does. These are our All right, these are our hybrid animals. These are our little crossbreeding. We want to get the best of all the traits from all the different breeds that we can get in them, and we want to put them together to make those commercial animals who are going to raise some of our highest quality market lambs. So, representing class number 1 of our commercial doe show, we're going to break them down by weight once again. Representing class number 1, Mr. Joshua Dietz. Miss Jordan Bond, Miss Emily Dietz, We've got weight ranges from 52 to 56 pounds. If you've got a commercial doe, you need to be standing in the lineup area around the ring. If you've got a commercial doe, please stand near the ring so we can transition to you really quick, because we've got a really quick lineup person that's moving them left and right. So be ready to rock and roll if you've got a commercial doe. As you may have noticed when I started calling out the dates of some of our registered animals, you may have noticed that some of them sounded like a little bit towards the beginning of this year. Well, you might have been right. Most of the animals that we're going to be looking at tonight, especially in our market range, are going to be right during the middle of our entire pandemic. And we're going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later, but we're going to turn it right over to our judge for comments and placings from class number 1.
In this class, I think it's a very close placing. We're going to use the darker colored goat here in the back. I think a doe that is a little prouder of herself as she walks around the ring. Goat that I really appreciate her structural soundness. The goat in second will be the young lady in the middle. A goat that moves good around the ring. A goat that's a little stronger top, straighter back goat compared to the doe that's going to be in third. The doe in third, just a little plainer in her muscle shape and type and kind. Congratulations to these exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 1. In third place, Joshua Dietz. In second, Jordan Vaughn. And taking home the blue from class number 1, Miss Emily Dietz. Alrighty, we're going to transition right to class number 2 as they make their way into the ring. We're going to have 3 entries represented by Miss Kylie Butler, Miss Emily Dietz, and Mr. T.J. Williams. We've got weight ranges from 57 to 59 pounds. And as we were talking about a little bit about before we got our placings and comments from class number 1, all these animals were born right prior to the pandemic starting. And so that means that each one of these exhibitors had to make a decision back in March and April about whether they wanted to show. And with the future looking pretty bleak for the livestock shows in the coming summer, it was a tough decision. And a decision that not made by many, but made by the strong, made by those that not fearing work, not fearing a little labor. These individuals that are in this ring tonight made that tough decision. When it was easy to say no, they said yes. They said yes to hard work. They said yes to long days, short nights. They said yes to the heat and humidity. They said yes when it came time when they could have said no. They said yes because they're part of agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone and the heartbeat of this country, and it's never more prevalent than when times are tough. You reach back, and agriculture is there. And these kids are the future of agriculture in some form or aspect, and they're a semblance of that, because when it was easy to say no, they said yes, because that's what agriculture does. It says yes when times are tough. It says yes when times are good. It's always there for us. So thank you to all of the young representatives of agriculture here tonight for always saying yes for the entire community of Williamson County, for the state of Tennessee, for the country of the United States of America, and because this meet goes all over the world to the rest of the world, thank you to all these fine individuals.
In this class of does, I think there's a doe that wins is going to be the doe in the middle here. I think the biggest difference between it and the doe that's going to be second is when you get behind this doe, it's a little bolder sprung through its rib. Both of these does are very sound and move very well on the move. The doe here in second, I appreciate for her outline and her design. Just like to spring her rib up a little bit more and make her a little broader. The doe in third is just a finer structured, narrower made doe when compared to these two that win the class. Congratulations, young lady.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 2. In third place, Kylie Butler. In second, T.J. Williams. And taking home the blue, Miss Emily Dietz. Congratulations again to all of our competitors in class number 2 and your blue ribbon winner, Miss Emily Dietz. Alrighty, let's bring in class number 3 and let's get them set up and let's show them. We're representing class number 3 with Miss Jaden Gossett, Miss Abigail Bernie, and Miss Jaden Gossett. We've got weight ranges from 67 to 77 pounds. And we're going to turn it over to class number 3 to show on.
In this class, we're going to start with the mostly brown doe here in the back. The doe that certainly is the thickest doe of this 3 in this class. A doe that even though she has the most, she's the straightest down her top line. She's leveler in her underline. Very sound structured doe. Very proud fronted doe. Congratulations, young lady. You're going to win and be the class winner. In second, it's going to be the goat here with the spotted front leg, kind of unique color pattern. Doe that I appreciate for her soundness and her size and scale in here. Just gives up a little bit in terms of power and dimension compared to the class winner. In third will be the young lady's goat up front here. A goat that's fairly well balanced, but a goat that just needs to be opened up through the center part of its body more to compete with these above it. Congratulations, these exhibitors.
All righty, thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 3. In third place, we have Miss Jaden Gossett. In second, Miss Abigail Bernie. And taking home that blue ribbon, Miss Jaden Gossett. Congratulations again to all of our participants in class number 3 and that blue ribbon winner, Miss Jaden Gossett. Alrighty, we've got 2 entries in class number 4. We've got Mr. T.J. Williams and Miss Abigail Bernie, with animals with weight ranges from 84 to 86 pounds in class number 4. We've got one more class after class number 4, and then we're going to say goodnight to the commercial does with our grand champion drive. So after class number 4, we need class number 5 at the lineup area, and then we need all those blue ribbon winners to make their way to the lineup area, because we're going to bring you right back in, because we're going to name the champion of the commercial does for our commercial doe lambs.
We're going to lead this class off with the doe here in the back. A doe that carries a lot of rib and body and mass, lots of body volume. A doe that's very sound structured. She's proud when she gets out here and walks. Congratulations to this exhibitor. The doe here in second's a very good doe in her own right. A doe that just needs a little more center and lower body to compete with the doe that wins. Congratulations, nice doe.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 4. In second place, T.J. Williams. And taking home that blue ribbon winner, Abigail Bernie. Congratulations to both of our participants in class number 4 and your blue ribbon winner, Abigail Bernie. All right, we've got a single entry in class number 5. One single entry representing that entire class. We've got Miss Haley Pointer in her 107-pound commercial doe representing class number 5. So, at the conclusion of this, we're going to bring all those blue ribbon winners from classes 1 through 5 right back in the ring, because we need to name a champion commercial doe lamb, or doe.
Excellent doe to win this class, a doe that's extremely unique in terms of her natural thickness from front to rear, big wide chest, big bold blades, a doe that carries that width all the way back through her body. A very nice doe, a doe that I like a lot. Congratulations, young lady.
Congratulations to your blue ribbon winner from class number 5, Miss Haley Pointer. All right, at this time, we're going to bring each one of those blue ribbon winners from classes 1 through 5 right back into the ring, and I'll tell you who's going to represent each class. Representing class number 1, Miss Emily Dietz. Representing class number 2, Miss Emily Dietz. Representing class number 3, Jaden Gossett. Representing class number 4, Abigail Bernie. Representing class number 5, Miss Haley Pointer. If you've got a second place goat in one of these classes, please be on standby. We may call your number. All right, if you've got a commercial doe yearling, please be in the lineup area. Once we get our champion doe kid, we're gonna move right on to our doe yearlings.
We have different types and kinds of does out here, but certainly there's one that I think is extremely unique. Unique being one that's hard to make if you're a breeder of goats. A doe out here that exemplifies a lot of things that I like in goats, and it'll be the heavyweight doe here. Just really love the three-dimensional look of this goat. Congratulations. This doe was a single entry, so we'll go ahead and pick reserve. And I think for reserve, I'm going to use the brown goat here in the middle. Very nicely balanced goat that's really good in its lines. Congratulations, young lady.
Congratulations to your champion commercial doe kid, exhibited by Miss Haley Pointer. And your reserve champion commercial doe kid from Miss Jaden Gossett. Congratulations to all of our commercial doe kid exhibitors and your champion, Miss Haley Pointer. Alrighty, we're gonna move right on into our yearlings. The little bit older ladies are gonna make their way into the lineup and into the ring. We've got 3 entries for our commercial doe yearling, class number 1. 3 entries. We've got Miss Jaden Gossett, Mr. T.J. Williams, and Mr. Cole DeLillo. We've got weight ranges from 115 pounds to 136 pounds. As our exhibitors get some of their animals set up, they're setting each one of these animals up on these fine shavings provided by the Tractor Supply Company, who's proudly sponsoring the Williamson County Fair. Every year, they generously support the Williamson County Fair in the livestock area. For numerous years, they've provided the shavings that allow our animals to be able to stride out and show at their finest. So thank you, Tractor Supply Company, for being one of the proudest sponsors of the Williamson County Fair and the Williamson County 4-H livestock shows.
Certainly, as we move into these older does, we have quite a bit of differences in terms of condition out here. I'm going to go ahead and use the brown goat. I think she's more ideal in terms of her body condition. I like her balance and symmetry from the side. A goat that's certainly the leanest goat in this class, but even though she's the leanest, she still handles with as big a loin as any goat out here in this drive. So a doe that I think is the most appropriate in terms of her condition. Congratulations, this brown doe is going to win the class. I think it gets relatively close here for second. We have a goat that's extremely over-conditioned here, and right here the young man is showing a goat that still has plenty of condition, and a goat that's certainly narrower and the young lady's showing. I'm going to use the young man's goat and call it easy fleshing here tonight. A little thicker goat that carries a little more width to the ground. The young lady's doe here, certainly not a bad doe, a doe that comes in third. I appreciate her balance and her structural soundness. A goat that just needs to be opened up more from front to rear to move up in the class. Congratulations, these exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 1 of our commercial doe yearling show. In third place, Miss Jaden Gossett. In second, Cole DeLillo. And taking home that cool blue, T.J. Williams. Congratulations again to all of our exhibitors and your blue ribbon winner, Mr. T.J. Williams. Alrighty, we've got 2 entries in class number 2 of our doe yearling class. We've got 2 entries represented by Miss Haley Pointer and Mr. Cole DeLillo. We've got weight ranges from 160 to 188 pounds. At the conclusion of this class, class number 2, we're going to bring both of our blue ribbon winners back into the ring because we need to name that champion commercial doe yearling. And then at that point, we're going to bring our kid and our yearling back into the ring because we need an overall champion.
In this class, we have 2 does of 2 very different kinds. We have a very thick, heavy, muscular doe up front here. The young lady's showing a doe I really appreciate for her width of chest and her overall thickness and shape of muscling. The young man's doe here in the back, certainly a doe that's a bigger scale, bigger outline doe, a doe that's longer bodied, more extended compared to the young lady's doe. But for me, I see these goats as their place in the industry as being meat goats, and I'm going to use the young lady's goat up front. Congratulations, these exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 1 of our commercial doe yearling show. In third place, Miss Jaden Gossett. In second, Cole DeLillo. And taking home that cool blue, T.J. Williams. Congratulations, these exhibitors. Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 2. In second place, Mr. Cole DeLillo. And taking home the blue, Miss Haley Pointer. Congratulations to our Class 2 exhibitors and your blue ribbon winner, Miss Haley Pointer. We're now going to bring those blue ribbon winners from our commercial dough back into the ring because we need to name a champion commercial dough. At the conclusion of this, we're going to bring all of our grand champions from our commercial dough kids, from our registered doughs, and from our commercial dough yearlings. We're going to bring them back in the ring because we need to name that supreme champion female at the conclusion. So let's go ahead and name our commercial dough yearling champion.
Just like in the last class, I think it's where you put your priorities of what you want to use here. But for me, I'm a meat goat kind of person, and I like this young lady's dough that wins the heavyweight class. Certainly the thicker, broader made dough. Congratulations, you'll be the winner.
Congratulations to your champion commercial dough yearling exhibited by Miss Haley Pointer. All right, we'll bring in the second place animal from that class for our reserve grand champion drive right now. But congratulations to our grand champion commercial dough yearling, Miss Haley Pointer. If you've got that grand champion registered dough, please be on standby. Same if you've got that grand champion commercial dough kid, be ready to rock and roll because we want to name that supreme champion from our female goats.
For reserve in these yearling doughs, I'm going to use the brown dough. I think the brown dough is very balanced. I like her from the side. I like her front end. I think she's a leaner, trimmer version of this dough that was second in the heavyweight class. Congratulations, young man.
And your reserve grand champion goes to Mr. T.J. Williams. Congratulations to all of our commercial dough yearling participants and your grand champion, Miss Haley Pointer, and your reserve grand champion, Mr. T.J. Williams. Alrighty, let's find out who that supreme dough is going to be exhibited by. At this time, let's bring back our grand champion registered, exhibited by Miss Haley Pointer. Your grand champion commercial dough, exhibited by Miss Haley Pointer. right, as our judge is making his final selection for that Supreme Champion commercial dough, we're going to have all of our market goat participants please be making your way to the lineup area. If you've got a market goat, please be hanging around the show ring. We're going to be ready for you in a few short minutes as our judge makes that final selection for that Supreme Champion commercial dough.
For champion commercial dough here, I think it gets very close. We have two very good individuals. To me, there's one out here that's a little more unique to me. A dough that's really unique when you stand in front of her and look at her from the width of her chest floor and the base of her chest. And I think that where she excels, the other goat, is she's a little stronger right behind her top, right behind her shoulders. We're going to use the young doe as the champion commercial doe. Very nice doe. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Miss Haley Pointer for your Supreme Champion commercial dough. All right, at this time, we're going to bring in our reserve from that class, exhibited by Miss Jaden Gossett.
We bring in the reserve doe kid, and certainly a very good doe in her own right, but I'm going to use the same typing kind we've been using all night. The young lady's yearling will be reserve champion. Congratulations.
Congratulations to your reserve Supreme Champion, Miss Haley Pointer. Congratulations to all of our commercial doe exhibitors tonight. And your Supreme Champion goes to Miss Haley Pointer, and she's going to take home the second title belt as well with the Reserve Supreme Champion. So congratulations to Haley and all of our other exhibitors. Alrighty, we've entered the final leg of our show. We've entered that leg that involves the Market Goat Show. We've saved the best for last. The Market Goat Show. We've got 5 classes of market goats. We're gonna get started with class number 1. Class number 1 has 5 entries. We're looking for 5 entries. We got represented by Miss Emily Dietz, Mr. T.J. Williams, Mr. Joshua Dietz, Miss Jordan Bond, and Miss Jordan Bond. We've got weight ranges from 46 to 50 pounds in class number 1 of our Market Goat Show. As we enter the final stretch of the 2020 Williamson County 4-H Sheep and Goat Show, we want to start recognizing a few more of the proud supporters and sponsors of this show. And one of them is the organizer of this show that puts the time and effort in making sure that each and every individual gets the highest quality experience that it comes. He has a child at home that's in the ring, but he also has a bunch of kids outside that he's sponsoring and supporting. Each and every day he goes to work. He comes in before everybody gets up, and he stays a little bit later. But we want to thank Mr. Doug Burney for all the support that he gives each and every one of these individuals all throughout the year, and especially providing this outstanding opportunity to showcase each and every one of their skills. So thank you, Mr. Burney, for all that you give to the Williamson County 4-H Livestock Project. As we've made this transition from our commercial does to our market goats, we've made a transition in some of the qualities and some of the aspects of each animals that we're looking for. Right now, as our judge looks, he's looking for animals that he can picture being in a restaurant in a few short months. These are going to be our market animals. These are going to be that high quality eating experience that we get all throughout our country. Some of these fine animals, we're looking for animals that have the quality of the muscling. We want them to be able to hold the quality. We want them to be able to walk so that they can eat. We want them to have that really broad front look to them in the front. We want them to stand wide. We want to have that thick top coming down the bottom. We want a thick back leg, because those are all some of the finest eating experiences that you're going to get in each and every aspect and bite that you get from a market goat.
Another good class of exhibitors here. They've done a really nice job. Our announcer a few minutes ago was talking about Mr. Burney, and when he got done, I think I heard one clap, but surely we can do better than that. You're so fortunate to have a very good 4-H agent that puts a lot of time into these kids here, so he's well deserving of that. In this class, we have some goats here that are very immature. Obviously they're young goats. Their better days are all ahead of them. Goats that will certainly change a lot as they get some feed put in them and grow and come along. But makes it that taking that into consideration as we place this class. I'm going to start with the young man's black doe here in the middle. Very nicely balanced kid here. A goat that has some natural thickness. It's probably the easiest fleshing, heaviest fleshed goat out here in terms of condition, and that's probably why it's going to win the class here tonight. In second, we're going to go with the goat right here, a goat that's got some thickness and shape when you get your hands on it, a goat that will get better as time goes along with a little more feed. I think it's tough then between these two goats here in the back. I think both of these goats will look better with more feed and more time. We're going to go in third and fourth as they stand here. Two goats that will definitely get better as time goes along. The young lady's goat here that's going to be fifth. Very nice, very good goat. The goat has a little something wrong with its front end there. I like to not use an animal that has a flaw like that, but a very nice goat in its own respect. Congratulations, these exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 1 of our Market Goat Show. In class number 1, in 5th place, Emily Dietz. In 4th, Jordan Bond. In 3rd, Jordan Bond. In 2nd, taking home the red, Mr. Joshua Dietz. And your blue ribbon winner in class number 1 goes to Mr. T.J. Williams. Congratulations again to all of our participants in class number 1 and your blue ribbon winner, Mr. T.J. Williams. All right, entering the ring now is class number 2. We've got 4 entries in class number 2, represented by Miss Olivia Haylett, Miss Emily Dietz, Miss Elizabeth McCollum, and Miss Presley Nolan, with weight ranges from 55 to 62 pounds in class number 2. And at this time, I'd also like to recognize a partner that's been with us for the last 3 nights, and that's WCTV and Mr. Creed Henderson and his crew. We can't thank them enough for all the time and effort that they have put into this program to make sure that all across the world you can be joining us in this very show ring with the Williamson County Fair and the Williamson County 4-H 2020 Sheep and Goat Show. They have done an outstanding job, and I hope those at home are enjoying this experience, and those that are going to be viewing the future recordings during the Williamson County Fair virtual week will get the opportunity to see the high quality work that these guys do. They're some of the finest cameramen. You're not going to find any finer cameramen in any stations anywhere else. So thank you to Mr. Creed Henderson and his WCTV team for making it possible to bring this live to your homes in these troubling times when we don't get to necessarily have the crowds and the supporters that we typically have. And so we want to make sure that all can join us, and it's because of Mr. Creed Henderson and his Williamson County TV team that we have. So let's give a round of applause to the WCTV team for making it all possible.
A better class of goats here as we go into get into a little bit heavier weight. The young lady here in the green shirt is going to win the class. It's a goat that handles different than any other goat we've handled so far in the market drive. More rack, more top, more touch. Congratulations, a goat that I like very well to win the class. In second will be the young lady in the blue shirt. A goat that I like his big feet. A goat that's very balanced in terms of his lines as he walks around the ring. I wish he had a little more pop and expression to his top to compete with a class winner, but a very nice goat for second. In third will be the young lady's goat here in the back, a bigger framed, bigger scaled, bigger outline kind of goat, a goat that just needs more thickness from front to rear. Same goes for the goat in fourth, nicely balanced goat, just needs more muscle and mass to move up in the class. Congratulations, these exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 2. In fourth place, Miss Olivia Halen. In third, Presley Nolan. In second, Emily Dietz. And taking home that cool blue, Miss Elizabeth McCullum. Congratulations again to all of our Class 2 participants and your blue ribbon winner, Miss Elizabeth McCullum. Alrighty, they've made their way into the ring. They've got them all set. We've got class number 3 sitting in here, and we're represented by Miss Jaden Gossett, Miss Kylie Butler, Miss Elizabeth McCullum, Jaden Gossett, and Haley Pointer. We've got weight ranges from 75 to 85 pounds, and we're all set and ready to go for our judge to take a look and see if he can pick out that blue ribbon winner from class number 3. And as we come closer to the near conclusion of our show, it would be remiss if we don't look back and think of a few of the participants that we have in here tonight that couldn't quite make it to our show tonight because we've got a limited audience, but there's a few people in here that help make the GOAT show possible. And we even saw their smiling faces here once again, because when there's one thing you think of when you think of this individual, and it's a smiling face, and that's Mr. Willis Gillum. And so we want to make sure that we say hi to Mr. Willis Gillum as we proceed through this show, Mr. Gillum helped really start and put this program on its first feet and kept it going and got us to where we are tonight with one of our stronger programs. So we want to thank Mr. Willis Gillum, even though he couldn't be here tonight with us, thank him for all the support that he's provided us as we've gone throughout the years beginning our GOAT project. As our judge makes sure as he makes his final selections from this class number 3, we want to remind each and every person in the ring and outside is that you're going to have an opportunity to buy one of these fine animals this coming Monday night, August 10th.
Very competitive class of goats. I think we have 2 goats that separate themselves. So I pulled these 2 exhibitors out to give them a little more opportunity here because I think they have goats that are unique enough and they deserve a little bit more attention. We're going to use the young lady's goat here closest to me. This is an amazing goat. When you get behind this goat and you handle him down his rack and across his top, he has just a tremendous amount of muscle there. He's a goat that I think sometimes when she's driving him, he wants to roach up just a little bit. But I like that goat that when we put him back in motion, he really balances much better than he does when he's being driven part of the time. A goat that also has very big feet, lots of bone and stoutness. Very nice weather to win this class. The weather here in second, take nothing away from him. He's a little weather that handles tremendous down his rack and his top. It's really I really like his rib shape and his round body and his muscular look. To beat the goat that wins the class, he needs to be a little stouter in terms of his bone work. And then when we put him in motion, he doesn't level his top line out quite as well as the goat that wins. Congratulations, an excellent pair of goats to win this class. Then we move down to some different types of goats. We're going to use the young man's weather up front to be third, and the young girl here in the back to be fourth, and the roan one here in the middle to be fifth. Goats that just give up too much muscle and power and shape compared to those pair of goats at the top of the class. Congratulations, these exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 3. In 5th place, Miss Kylie Butler. In fourth, Jaden Gossett. In third, Jaden Gossett. In second, Elizabeth McCullum. And taking home the blue ribbon winner, Miss Haley Pointer. Congratulations again to all of our participants in class number 3 and that blue ribbon winner, Miss Haley Pointer. Alrighty, we're down to our final 2 classes of our Market Goat show. So we're gonna bring in class number 4. We've got 6 entries. 6 entries in class number 4. We've got representation by Miss Jordan Bond, Mr. T.J. Williams, Miss Abigail Burney, Mr. Kurt Connor, Miss Jordan Bond, and Mr. Cole DeLillo. We've got weight ranges from 86 to 89 pounds. We've got them close. We bet we have a tight class. So we'll let our judge get to work picking out that blue ribbon winner from class number 4. We'd also like to take this time to reflect back on someone that's meant near and dear to the Williamson County 4-H project, somebody that's meant near and dear to the Williamson County Fair and the Williamson County Ag Expo Park. He did all the little things that you'd never noticed. He gave us the show rings. He noticed those little tweaks and twerks that maybe make that show a little bit better. He worked in the heat of the day. He worked in the coolness of night. But Mr. Michael Gut Gillespie passed away this past springtime. And he was one of those near and dear friends to our project that just made things happen. And we want to take this time to recognize Mr. Gillespie for all the things that he did and how much we're going to miss him, as every time that we open up the Williamson County Fair or any Williamson County 4-H project group that we meet, Mr. Gillespie played a role in each one of those. So we want to send out the heartfelt prayers to his friends and family for Mr. Gillespie and make a recognition for all that he provided our family that here in the Williamson County 4-H. So thank you, Michael. Thank you. No, we know you're looking down on us. As we come towards the conclusion of our show tonight, we want to put a little challenge out there. Let's see all those technology savvy people that are watching on this show worldwide. As we come down to that Grand Champion Drive, let's see who can name that Grand Champion before the judge does. So as you're watching the Williamson County 4-H Livestock Expo and you're watching that Market Goat Grand Champion Drive, let's see you go ahead and place in those comments, go ahead and place that Grand Champion animal. See if you can pick which one of them it's going to be. If it's going to be from class 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So as you're getting ready to see it, as our judge goes ahead and names that blue ribbon winner from class 4 and then eventually class 5, we'll be looking for that Grand Champion very soon.
as we move into these heavier weight goats, there's some differences in condition, but in this class, I think it's very challenging in which ones we're going to use, but I feel pretty good that we're going to use this young man's wether here in the back to win the class. A nicely balanced wether, a wether that has some shape and thickness, some width of chest, has a good set of feet and legs, and is fairly stout featured. Congratulations, you'll be the winner. And second will be the brown wether here in the middle. A wether I really like his lines and his balance and the way he moves around the ring. Probably has as much width of chest of any of the ones we have left out here. Congratulations for being second. In third, we're going to use the young man's wether here in the second hole. A wether that's big in terms of his outline and scale. Just needs a little more thickness and punch, as that most all these do in this class. In the next, we'll use the young lady's wether here in the middle. A wether that's real deep-sided, long-bodied wether. Just needs more shape and more weight moved back into those higher price cuts. The two wethers we have left here, we'll use the young lady on my right and then the one on my left. A couple wethers here that just need more thickness and dimension from end to end to move up. Congratulations to these exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 4 of our Market Goat Show. In 6th place, Jordan Bond. In 5th, Jordan Bond. In 4th, Abigail Bernie. In 3rd, TJ Williams. In 2nd, Kurt Connor. And taking home the blue in class number 4, Mr. Cole DeLillo. Congratulations again to all of our participants in class number 4 and your blue ribbon winner, Mr. Cole DeLillo. Alrighty, we've reached it. We've got the last class of the Market Goat Show and the last class of our 2020 Williamson County 4-H Goat Show. We've got class number 5. Class number 5 has 5 entries. We got 5 entries in class number 5, represented by Miss Haley Pointer, Miss Presley Nolan, Mr. Gunner Connor, Miss Abigail Bernie, and Mr. Gunner Connor. We've got weight ranges from 94 to 104 pounds. You've reached the big boys right here. Class number 5 of the Market Goat Show. As we start to wrap up class number 5, we want to say one more thanks to that proud sponsor that we have here tonight. That proud sponsor of the Williamson County Fair, the Williamson County Virtual Fair, and the Williamson County 4-H Expo, Livestock and Show. We want to thank the Tractor Supply Company with stores all across the country, but they're choosing to call that fine county of Williamson County home. So we want to thank Tractor Supply for always being there at the Williamson County Fair to support the livestock shows that make the Williamson County Fair a agriculture-based fair. Because have you noticed, the Williamson County landscape has changed a little bit over the years, but the Williamson County Fair still continues to pride itself on being agriculture-based. And it's because we have proud supporters like the Tractor Supply Company that give us the ability to continue to make those efforts. So thank you, Tractor Supply Company, for supporting the agriculture-based Williamson County Fair and the 4-H Livestock Project for Williamson County. if you've got a blue ribbon winner from classes 1, 2, 3, or 4, please make your way to the lineup area. We're going to name that grand champion Market Lamb very soon.
In this heavyweight class of market goats, I think it's a pretty easy class winner. The young lady on my right here, a goat that just has a big top, big rack and loin, lots of hip in him. Looks even better when he will go, when he's walking, when he doesn't fight her. Congratulations, a nice weather there to win the class. And second's going to be the young man back here in the back. I appreciate he's a longer-sided goat than the goat that wins the class. I think when you study him, he's got some chest floor and some width and some bone and some foot size. Congratulations, you'll be second. In third will be the other dark-colored goat here in the middle. Goat that I like is his front end a little better, and it's like his overall balance a little better than the two we have left. And fourth will be the black-headed goat, and fifth will be the goat up front. These goats just need more shape and muscle expression to move up. Congratulations to these exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge, for your placings and comments from class number 5. In 5th place, Miss Presley Noland. In 4th, Abigail Bernie. In 3rd, Gunnar Connor. In 2nd, Gunnar Connor. And taking home the blue in class number 5, Miss Haley Pointer. Congratulations again to all of our exhibitors in class number 5. And your blue ribbon winner, Miss Haley Pointer. All right, we've reached the conclusion. We've reached the top of our 2020 Williamson County 4-H Market Goat and Market Lamb and Goat and Show. So we're going to bring all those blue ribbon winners back from our Market Goat Show back into the ring, because we need to name one more grand champion, and we're going to find him in one of these individuals walking back into the ring. We might find him in class number 1 with Mr. T.J. Williams, or class number 2 with Miss Elizabeth McCullum. It might be class number 3 with Haley Pointer, or class number 4 with Mr. Cole DeLillo. Or it could be in class number 5, Miss Haley Pointer. So we'll turn it over to our judge to make one last champion out of this group. And as we do that, we want to say one last thank you. We're going to save the best for last. That last best thank you first comes to our judge for taking this time to join us tonight. So we want to thank Mr. Bart Jones for joining us tonight. Let's give him a round of applause. And make sure you save one in the holster there, because this last one goes to all the friends and families and exhibitors that made it out here tonight, that also chose to exhibit animals in the toughest of times. So I want to thank all the exhibitors and their families for making it possible, because it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy all along. Did you know what was going to happen the next day? Certainly did not, and neither did the exhibitor. But you always chose to stay with it, and that's why we get to celebrate here tonight with naming some grand champions, because of all our support that our extension families give. So thank you to all the friends and families and to the exhibitors for making it possible, because it just wouldn't be a year if we didn't get to exhibit some livestock. So thank you to our exhibitors and our families. So give yourselves a round of applause for saying yes when it was easy to say no.
Let's give all these exhibitors and market goats here tonight a big round of applause for their hard work. We got a really good goat show. I think a lot of quality here at the top end. For me, it's a tough decision. I think there's a couple goats out here that really exemplify what I look for in a meat goat. Lots of shape and muscle in their rack and top, big hips, still has some attractive look to them. Grand champion's going to be the young ladies' heavyweight goat.
Congratulations to your grand champion, Miss Haley Pointer. All righty, let's bring back in the second place animal from that class because we need to name a reserve grand champion. But let's congratulate again Haley Pointer once again for being our grand champion from our Market Goat Show.
For reserve, I think it's a pretty easy decision. That's a goat that has the same kind of muscle shape and balance. The goat right here in the middleweight class will be your reserve grand. Congratulations.
And your reserve grand champion, we've got Haley Pointer doubling up again. Congratulations to Haley Pointer for being your reserve and your grand champion from your Market Goat Show. So at that point, that concludes our 2020 Williamson County 4-H Sheep and Goat Show. So we want to thank all of our participants. We want to thank our judge, and we want to thank all those volunteers that made it possible. And we want to wish everyone safe travels, and we'll see you next year in 2021 at the Williamson County Fair.